Hello there, fellow summoners. Mad Dog HT here, and we're going to go into the Eternity of Pain Anger. This is the second round of Eternity of Pain this year, week number 1, and the first boss that we got is this Hercules. He's got the 0 to hero, where basically he's going to be indestructible and unblockable every 15 seconds. You got to intercept, be close to him. To get that off, it's got the Foresight where you gain the passive Fury on intercept. It's also got Brute Force, so where you have to be constantly hitting, otherwise you're going to take some damage. Recharge, hold block, you actually gain power, but Hercules will also get that if he's holding block. And then it's got Shake and Bake, so this is one of the kind of annoying ones to deal with, which is every 10 seconds you get a concussion. 20% concussion stacks up to 5 for 100% concussion, and you remove those with any kind of knockdown, special knockdown, heavy knockdown. So, I went in. This is my first attempt going in, and I was like, when I was looking at the offensive RawDamage champs that would take out the godlike strength objective, I was like, I'm gonna try out Sunspot. And on my first attempt, I do fairly well. I get around 50%. I do definitely think Sunspot I got some game lag there. I keep having those game freezes where it just like holds for like 1 to 2 seconds. It's super annoying. But Sunspot, I definitely think can solo this. So my first attempt went pretty well. I'm trying to figure out. I don't think I've ever seen this. I'm not sure I've ever seen this indestructible, unblockable node. But intercept, stay close, it comes off, and then you can get your damage in. And I think I'm gonna get a special 2 off and get some decent damage. Nope, I don't there. So we haven't even thrown that special 2. We have lost all of our solar flare, so I think I'm trying to build back up to a special 3. But a couple strategies to make sure that you do is when he's throwing the special, you really want to either set up yourself for like a heavy knockdown or a special knockdown, and you want to be holding your block so that you can build power. And that's pretty much for any champ that you're going to use. I'm going to come out of this special 3, and then I think I'm just going to get whacked and die. And then I spend the next, 20 minutes or so trying to, replicate and do better and try to get a solo with Sunspot. I have the clip fast forwarded through that just to kind of show, me dying multiple times, messing up, not being perfect. There I think I was trying to be out of range and heavy counter, but I just totally ate that. So it wasn't a bad attempt, and here's just me trying to get a solo, do better, reset the game, because I feel like if you're playing this game right now, memory just gets all wacky and just things go bad. So I finally I'm like, I'll try somebody else. And I'm looking at my offensive raw champs, and I'm like, I'll just throw in Hercules, right? What could go wrong? Hercules, he can't die, right? So this is my first attempt trying Hercules after using Sunspot, and this is all on like the day 1 of release. I just haven't gotten around to releasing this footage until today. It's Monday. There's only like 2 days left. Now this is definitely probably not like the best Hercules play by any means, but we do get hit in the face a few times. Trying to build up some of those feats of strength, and as long as you're close to him, even if you're hitting into the block, those indestructible, unblockable stuff will fall off. If you're far away, there I try to do like a light spacing to get the heavy, but it's not needed because Hercules heavy is very far reaching, and the AI on this guy, I have my complaints. I'll just say that. It's quite annoying, to be honest. He definitely does a lot of dashbacks and like light intercepts you. So, you know, trying to do this fight, trying to figure out this guy's AI, because I feel like it is quite unique. There we get the heavy knockdown, take off all of those concussions. Because I think that was preventing me from getting the feats of strength. And that's the one thing you got to remember is if you don't get those concussions off frequently, like all of your ability accuracy, defensive, offensive, goes away. So, yeah, so we accidentally build up to special 3 through the recharge, blocking power gain. It's fine. We launched the special 3. Was he? No, he wasn't indestructible, but it didn't do much damage. And so we're trying to get some intercepts going and whatnot, but a lot of times he just doesn't play into it as you would like. I don't know. I feel like when he's in that, when he's got the indestructible and the unblockable buffs up, if you like hit into the block and you're not already like intercepting, he'll just kind of roll with that. But we get the intercept Fury off. We're doing okay. This is, you know, not the quickest takedown by any means. I still don't even have 12 feats of strength yet, and again, mainly it's because I'm not knocking down enough. And if you don't knock down, you get those concussions. I have 5 of them, and you basically lose all your ability accuracy. So you can still get the Foresight Fury. I lost the special 2 when the indestructible was up. That wasn't great, although it does take off quite a bit of the timer. You can hit into the block to kind of close that gap as well, to have those indestructibles and unblockables fall off. I was interrupted, had a little pause there, sped it up, come back. Sometimes I feel like when you pause the game and you come back, especially if you're in the middle of a fight, not like a special 3, sometimes you just have like an issue connecting. And here's like, so I didn't do it as much there, but just whenever he's throwing a special, I would just recommend holding block so that you gain power. Because the more power you have, the easier ability you have to get those knockdowns and get those concussions off. He's being a little turd as far as being aggressive. There we get a special 2 off again during the part where he has the indestructible buff active. So like no damage. But yeah, I feel like there's a lot to keep in track with this fight, especially with the AI just kind of being very passive. You can get, with the Infuriate debuff that he puts on you, you can get some willpower healing to offset some of the chip damage and any brute force damage that you might take. There's going to be, when I was using my other champs, a number of times he would just go passive, hold block, he would never throw a special, and then you get special 3'd. That's quite annoying as well. Definitely just need to be very comfortable with intercepting and, light intercepting, doing like 4-hit combos, dash back intercepting. That does help significantly in this fight. We're just trying to bait him to throw a special. There we go. Finally does it. I'm just holding, gaining the power, all those concussions. That's a decent amount of damage. We get the knockdown, knock off the concussions. And yeah, I probably should have been heavy countering his specials when I don't have the special one to get those concussions off, but whatever. But we end up getting the solo, so it's not the cleanest thing. I think I'm going to get hit somewhere in here. and we're gonna trigger, yeah, here it is. He hits, we try to go in for an intercept. He hits us with a special one, trigger our immortality, and that's fine. We don't have the unblockable. I think that's because we had a concussion on when we got hit. And right here is when I took him out to 1%, I totally just forgot the fact that, oh yeah, I have to go through his immortality as well. But we're both immortal, and I just hit into the block. His immortality falls off, and we get the solo. So definitely not the cleanest fight, but we checked the box. We got our godlike strength objective down for defeating Hercules with a offensive raw damage champion, and we just Hercules versus Hercules. So if you have Hercules, throw them at it. There's a lot of great offensive raw damage champs. I know, like Kingpin's great. A lot of options to do that one. That one's not a difficult one. Then we're gonna go in for the strong woman one. Now, I had been doing a lot of attempts with Proxima. Now, this is not my first attempt by any means, and because I had been recording a bunch of stuff and I had not checked my storage, this is my solo. But the recording, this is where it started, and I think I was probably trying for about an hour or so. And there's a lot of good champs to use for soloing Hercules easily, like Elsa, Tigra. I'm sure there's others. And when I was looking at my female champs, I was like, you know what? I think Proxima would be fun to use. So I started out trying her, and the one thing that I found out was the concussions. They can prevent your prowess from applying, and you only have one shot. And technically you have to deal with it twice. So like when you complete a mission, you get a temporary prowess, and when that one falls off, it converts into permanent. So if you have the concussions up, they can prevent either of those from applying. Now you can see that I just completed the intercept mission, and it went straight into permanent. So now I have 2 permanent prowess. What we missed was at the beginning I had the parry mission, and I think I completed the mission and I got the temporary prowess, but when it came back to apply, I had a concussion on, and it prevented the prowess from applying permanently. So that's why I only have 2. And so that's what's really annoying and somewhat challenging with using Proxima. You know, she can put out some crazy damage, but in this fight, if you're not constantly managing that concussion and having it disabled, or maybe just one and you're just kind of RNG risking it, when you complete a mission, you get that temporary prowess, and then when that temporary prowess expires, you have to have the concussions off again. And so it was very challenging. So I mainly did this because I was like, this is actually one frustrating, but it was kind of fun and it was challenging. So I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna try to get the solo with Proxima. And then right here again, when I had killed him, I was like, oh, I killed him. No, I gotta take out the immortality. But you know, even though we only had 2 prowess, we managed to take it down. We kind of just brute forced it and got the solo. 135 hits to nothing, and yeah, Proxima can work, but it's definitely not the ideal option to use, just because you really have to be on top of completing your missions with no concussions. Otherwise, you just totally lose the prowess entirely. So there we complete that, and that was all on day 1. And then this was yesterday on Sunday. I decided to finally go in and hammer out the Brains versus Brawn objective, where you want to use a Psychic Shielding champion. And this is not my first attempt or anything like that. This is numerous attempts, not as many as I used with Proxima. Proxima probably spent, I don't know, well over an hour trying to get my solo. This one, You know, I did actually try Professor X a number of times. I just really didn't really like how you had to play around with him and how his falter miss stuff could be bypassed with, you know, Hercules True Sense. So it wasn't really something that I was, you know, looking to play around and change up how I normally use Professor X. And so I tried him a number of times. Nothing too great going on there. I had a couple of times where I got him around 50% or so. And so I just decided, okay, I'm going to try out White Mag. So I do have the pre-fight on, so I can get one passive stunts, at least when he's at 0 feats of strength. And, you know, with prowess and a number of them, if you can get the knockdowns and build those up with a foresight intercept, Magneto can put out some pretty chunky damage, either with his special 1 or special 2. But the concussions will prevent prowess from building up, so you want to keep those off. Like, that was only 10k, only 1 prowess. And here I'm just trying to find an opening. We intercept him, but the indestructible was up, so we got no damage out of that. But anytime you do a knockdown with a special or a heavy knockdown, you do remove the concussions, and you do need to continually remove those. Otherwise, you know, your abilities just fail. So we do have 1 prowess. I think we're gonna get an intercept. Yeah, we do. We don't throw the special. We probably could have, should have. You know, willpower for healing from the infuriates is kind of nice. Here, 39k. We didn't have any prowess up, unfortunately. And so we do okay here. We're definitely not going to solo this one. Definitely can be soloed with good play, good AI. And as far as like psychic shielding champs, you know, I have my rank 3 White Mags, Red Mags, Professor X, and Strife. I didn't ever try Strife. Didn't ever try Red Mags. Red Mags I could see probably doing pretty well too, especially if you held your prowesses and did like a big special 3 or something. Yeah, we're gonna get him down under, I think we're gonna get about 60% off before we mess up. And then I'm like, you know what? That's good enough for me. And you know, I have revives. So we're gonna use some revives and finish him off. I was hoping that I would just have a, you know, fairly decent run and maybe like 2-shot him. Here this is where he's being annoying. I'm like, dude, can you just throw a special? Okay, sure. We get special 3'd. Yeah, so we got 58% off. It wasn't too bad of a run. 134 hits. Was that the first time he hit me? No, I think he hit me towards the beginning. So how many hits total did I get him with? No, that was the first hit. So wasn't too bad of a run. So I'm just like, yeah, here's first revive, and I do put some health potions in. But this last 40% doesn't go so well. But it's okay. I think I end up using 6 revives to finish. There was one of these revives. I revived. I think I get to the point where I'm just like, you know what? I'm just gonna use 20%. I'm not even gonna waste my potions. I'll just keep saving them, building them up. And I think I use a few that were gonna go into overflow and whatnot. But one of I start the fight and it just spins forever, and I kind of get distracted, and then I wasn't paying attention, and then I think by the time I saw that the fight had started, I tried to just like do an intercept at the beginning, and I was just late, and I didn't do any damage, didn't do anything on one of the revives. But I don't know, the AI on this guy, it's It's interesting. The amount of light intercepts that he pulled off was a lot. We get an intercept, special 2. Yeah, only 16k, didn't crit. If Mags crits on the specials and he's got a number of prowess, he can really put out some chunky damage. So, and I don't know. I just like White Magneto House of X. Oh yeah, there I get intercepted against the wall. He's not playing into the intercepts very well. No, there he often did that dash back and then he intercept you. So I only got like 10% off on that run. I was like, yeah, that wasn't great. We're gonna go back in, put a revive on, and I think this attempt, yeah, I put in some health potions. I think I get whacked pretty soon. I think I forgot the fact that he starts with his persistent charges and feats of strengths. Or do I just get intercepted? I think there's one point where I try to parry, and no, I just get intercepted. But I try to parry when he's going to be already stun immune with having built up his feats of strength and the persistent charges from the prior fights. But yeah, these next few rounds, I'm just like, there's one point, yeah, I think at that point, I'm just like, you know what? I'm just going to finish this guy off with 20% revives and not really even care about it. You get to the point where it's just like, how much time do I invest into taking this guy out and soloing it? Like, whether you use items or not, or way too many than you would not have hoped to have used, everybody gets the same rewards. Remember that. Everybody gets the same rewards regardless of how you take this guy down. He's just being super annoying, and I think I die because, yeah, brute force killed me off. That's the one annoying thing, is the brute force damage, especially towards the end. If you're hanging on and then he doesn't throw a special until he gets to special 2 and brute force is already ticking. You just have to take a ton of brute force damage. Yeah, no intercept. No. Yeah, there we go. That was a nice one. Like, I did like 0 damage. Just about. A few hits. So revive. And I'm gonna go back in. And no, this is not the one. I think it's the next one. I think this one I do like nothing as well. So there's a couple of these. Yeah, just get whacked. And is it this one where it just spin? I think this one is where, yeah, I revive. No health potions. And I think it just spins and spins and spins. And yeah, Kabam got me on this one for sure. I was just like, okay, whatever. Waiting. Get distracted, and at some point the game finally does load. There's the beautiful Wi-Fi connection problem, aka Kabam server gerbils problem, spinning, and then I was so distracted by the time I saw that the fight was going, I was trying to just like quickly tap. Nope. So there was like, what, three revives in a row where I pretty much almost did nothing. Like, all I gotta do is get 97k, 10%-ish or so, 15%, and we're gonna finish him off here. So definitely not the prettiest takedown, but the first chunk of 60% was decent, and the last chunk was not so much. So we just get some intercepts off, and yeah, just be comfortable with intercepting, be comfortable with him dashing back against the wall and light intercepting you. And we got 3 concussions up, so we're not going to gain any prowess. 60% concussion, but that's okay. We just need to. Boom, we killed him. Now we just got to wait out the immortality. Let's hope that he throws a dang special. There we go. Hold block during the special so you can gain power, as much power as possible. And then immortality's gone. Tap into the block. So that's all the objectives. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And we'll see you in week 2 for what Eternity of Pain Anger has for us. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.